Hey everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of this flight to Geneva. As I'm sure you can see on the display there, the navigation display, we are about to reach our top of descent. So yeah, we've been cleared down to flight level 270. So I'm going to get the altitude selector there and get us beginning our descent. We'll get some cinematics on the way, but yeah, you're not going to really see anything important until we get down to about 10,000 feet. Woo! See you then. Alright, everything is happening very fast, but we have indeed passed through 10,000 feet, so we'll get the landing lights on and the seatbelts on. A bit late and we're flying through clouds, but, you know, it's fine. We'll get the speed brakes back in. And, yeah, we'll start to bring this thing down towards the ground. So, I've entered all my destination data, I've got my flight plan set up all the way into Geneva. I don't know why the plane is accelerating. It really should not be going this fast. So I'm going to get the speed brake out. Could not tell you what it's doing right now, but hey ho.
Marseille Control, Alpine 28505. Descending via Loser 2 November, flight level 081.
Alpine 28505, contact Geneva, arrival 136.255.
Okay, I've been passed off to approach. Let's announce we're on there.
Geneva arrival, Alpine 28505. Flight level 077, we have Zulu on board.
Alpine 28505, Geneva, arrival, QNH1015, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 04.
Why are we given
QNH1015, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 04. Alpine 28505.
Why are we being given vectors? I don't know.
Alpine 28505, turn right, heading 165, vectors for the approach.
Heading 165, okay. Oh wow, it's rainy.
Turn right, heading 165, Alpine 28505.
Look at that, right. Right. We need to set the QNH because 7,000 is the transition altitude here. No, that is not the altitude you're changing your gender at. Right. Now, it is currently taking us away from the airport. Which is slightly worrying. Alright folks, we are about 20 nautical miles out from Geneva Airport. You can see it there.
All aircraft be advised to information Alpha now current, QNH1015.
Always air traffic control interrupting my, thingies. Well, commentary, I guess. But yeah, we're getting there. We are flying through heavy rain right now, so I've got the wipers running at full blast. This could be an interesting landing. I've not done a landing in these conditions before. So yeah. Yeah, air traffic control is being weird, but I basically had to manually set my frequency to the tower, like Geneva's tower frequency, and then, you know, they cleared me to land, so we're all good. But, I'm pretty sure any second now I'll be able to activate the approach mode. For some reason approach mode isn't showing up in the the MCDU, which it usually does, but I can just activate it from here as soon as we start turning, pretty much. So yeah, I think as soon... Oh look, we're kind of coming out of the clouds, which is nice. As soon as we start turning, I will put us into flaps 2, or as soon as we finish our turn, I guess. I'll put us into flaps 2, and yeah, we'll properly begin our final approach. So, we can now bang that in. We're established on the localizer and the glide scope. Brilliant stuff. I'm gonna get both autopilots on just because of the weather conditions, just in case we need them for a proper full category 3 approach. Let's get that second set of flaps out, and we will also get the landing gear lowered. So I mean, yeah, we are properly, look at this, we are properly configured for departure now. Not departure, landing. Look at that though, that is beautiful. Let's get back in the thing though. This should hopefully not cut off our descent at 5,000. That's not what we want to happen. If it does, then I'll just set the altitude to 0. We can kind of see the ground in front of us, but I don't have a visual of the airfields. Yeah, okay, it does not appear... Oh no, maybe it is. Nah, okay, I think we're fine. I don't think it's cutting off my... I don't think it's cutting off the descent of 5,000 now. We're good. Okay. Yeah, because we're in approach mode, it kind of bypasses the altitude mode. This is very nerdy flight sim stuff. Oh well. But yeah, we're about 10 nautical miles out. We're coming out of the clouds, but it is heavily raining on us. So this could be an interesting one. We also do have a rather large crosswind, which will hopefully reduce as our altitude decreases. Yeah, the airfield should be somewhere just over there, kind of obscured by the rain right now. I'm not gonna give us full flaps yet, just because we're still, how far are we off the ground? The runway's altitude is 1,365 feet, we're at 4,300 feet, so we're still 3,000 feet above ground level, but actually I can see the runway now. I can see the runway, it's right there. You can see we've got the, we've got 2 white lights, 2 red lights, which is what we want. It's what you'd expect, given the plane's currently flying itself. I'm going to get the wipers down to slow, because the rain is calming a bit. In fact, the rain appears to have stopped, so we can get the wipers completely off, which is nice. But yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm going to get the brightness of the screens back up. I did reduce it because the sun was shining into the cabin, or into the flight deck. But yeah. Yeah, now it's just, well, to be fair, I could fly it in manually. You know what? Weather's fine. I am going to... I'm going to disconnect the auto throttle. Right. We are now manually flying. The plane is being controlled by my right hand right now, which is somewhat scary. Let's do the final cabin check. Actually, we want this one. There we go. We'll arm the ground spoilers and pitch down a little bit. Because we are slightly high. It's the purple diamonds that we want to be following. And let's get that third notch of flaps out. And once we're a bit closer, we'll get the final notch. We'll get it into full flaps. Because we're in, like, configuration 3 right now. Still got the auto throttle on. I'm not going to change that until we're kind of less than 100 feet or so above the ground. But yeah, this is Geneva kind of on the right here. And Lake Geneva up ahead. And immediately to the left of the runway, so I guess north, is the border with France. So yeah, over there, that's all France right there. The Alps there, they're the French Alps. So yeah, we're in the very, very corner of Switzerland here. Do need to pitch down a bit more. Right, let's get that final set of flaps out. We are in full landing configuration now. The plane should reduce its speed by itself now. But yeah, we are making our way down towards the ground. Now, my landings historically have never been the best. It is something I am getting the hang of. Oh, hang on. I never put auto brake on. Let's put it on medium. Not the longest runway in the world, but not the shortest, so medium auto brake should be fine.
500.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and land smoothly. No promises.
400.
Absolutely none. Yeah, the plane knows we're about to land. So that, you know, that's always good. I do like to come in slightly below the glide slope. So there we go, we'll come in like this. Well,
100.
Still need to pitch down a little bit.
50,
Right.
40, 30,
Oh.
20. Retard.
Right.
10. 5.
Right. Possibly not my best landing ever, but, you know, I'll take it. We've got the brakes on. We've got thrust reversers on. Right, reverse thrust is off.
Alpine 28505, exit right at Bravo.
Auto brake is off, that's fine. And we want to exit right
Exit
at
right
Bravo.
at Bravo. Alpine
which
28505.
In a while, okay, yeah, we can just, yeah, we can just keep going. Bravo is most of the way down the runway, so we're basically just going to let the plane go towards the end of the runway. While we are moving, I'm going to retract the flaps. I think these are actions you would typically do once you leave the runway, but we've got some time. You know, plane's just going in a straight line for a while. We can also get the landing lights off. We'll get the nose light taxi and the runway turn-offs on. And we can get the ground spoilers disarmed. Oh my god, what happened? Well, we're on the grass. That wasn't meant to happen. I think I must have whacked the rudder by accident. Oops. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Oh, we got some lag as well now. Oof, that frame rate. I hope that improves quickly, because that is barbaric. Right, we've been told to expect gate number 2. So I'm gonna get the parking stand chart up. Okay, gate 2 is off to the right, so we're gonna turn right as we leave here. Right, let's get those brakes on.
Alpine 28505, contact ground 121.855.
Right, let's just make sure that we're definitely outside the runway area. Oh my god, that parking lot, those graphics though, wow. Flight sim strikes again. Right, oh,
Alpine
yeah.
28505, contact ground 121.855.
Yes, calm yourself, I will. I'm just one person. Normally you'd have two in here.
Ground 121.855. Alpine 28505.
Right, 121.855. Let's get that set in the radio. Right, let's request taxi to our gate.
Alpine 28505. Request taxi to company gate.
Alpine 28505. Gate 1 taxi via Bravo, Alpha.
We've been given gate 1. Interesting.
Gate 1 via Bravo, Alpha. Alpine 28505.
Let's just get all this sorted. And then we can get the APU on. So, what do we want? We want... Yeah, landing lights are retracted. Yeah, these are all correct. Okay. Cool. Well, the good news is I turned the correct way, so we don't have to pull a massive left turn. We can just gently go off to the right. Right. Just reading through what I'm meant to be doing. Okay, yeah, so I've done everything that's required. It's just going to be taxi to the gate now. Right, we are approaching our gate. This is gate number 3 here on the left, and we need gate 1. So, while we are approaching that, let's turn off the those 2 lights, because otherwise the ground crew will be complaining at us. And yeah, here we go, gate 1. Let's turn into our gate. So the Geneva airport that I have is not the custom, it is the default one built in. Gatwick, I had a custom version that looked a lot better than the default. But yeah, Geneva, we don't have that luxury, so we'll just have to deal with the, you know, slightly crap one. But yeah, that is us parked at the gate. So now all that needs to be done is shutting down the airplanes. We'll turn on the APU bleed. Now that that's on, we can kill the engines. Once N1 is below 5%, we can turn off the seatbelt signs, which is now. BAP, those are off. And do we have external power? No, but we can request it. Oh, services, yeah. So we'll get the jet bridge. Again, that's not going to work, yep. Jet bridge, ground power unit, baggage truck, catering truck. And external power is now on. So, that's all connected. Let's get everybody off of the plane, which will take a couple of minutes, but I'm not going to make you sit through all that. Right, that is everybody disembarked. So we're going to, yeah, we can turn off the fuel pumps, turn off the oxygen and the air conditioning. Turn off the ADIRs. Turn off the APU bleed. Yeah, all this can come off. And the APU can come off as well. And then we can get the beacon lights off, nav and logo lights off, and the batteries off. And then, yeah, why not? Let's disconnect the external power. That is the plane now shut down. Oh, look, it's raining. Haha. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. And yeah, that's it. You can debate all you want about where I stopped. Oh, that door's not going to close, is it? Hang on. There we go. Okay, now it's going to close. But yeah, that will be it for this flight today. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again in another video. Bye!